Welcome back to the Melbourne Strength Culture Podcast. Number one in the hearts, number one in the charts. This is episode 22, I believe. We have a long requested guest from previous podcasts. You did have one episode with us with John Paul Cauchi in Canberra.
Said nothing.
You said absolutely nothing.
That was the most shit. That podcast was fucked.
But we have Jason STOUPAS on, who is
best of the best.
One of the OG rocks of Melbourne Strength Culture.
22nd in line, though, apparently.
22nd.
No, we're just trying to build the...
we needed the audience too.
Clout first.
Yeah,
no, you got a bigger audience now for people to listen to you talk shit.
Yeah.
We're building suspense.
Yeah.
Everyone wanted it. So you're here. Don't let them down, Jace.
Hey, guys.
You don't show all your tricks at once.
Do you want to give us a quick rundown of who you are, Jace? Who you are and how you ended up in our circle?
I'm Jason. I ended up in this circle because me and Charlie went on a night out once and ended up becoming really good mates. I squatted 180 really high, and then that was it from there. And me and Charlie just started training. Jamie thought he hated me for the first year, but he doesn't.
I never hated you.
Nike Roshis. You squatted 180 at Hammer House in Nike Roshis.
Yeah, it was high. It was high. And then we did probably 3 sessions a week, Hammer House from then on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Friday sessions. Then we started the Friday sessions at Strength Culture about midday. It was you, us three. Then Buzz when you came. Was it before Buzz?
It was before me.
Yeah, before.
So
Then Buzz
Jace was
came
before Buzz.
I'm
fairly.
I feel quite OG. At this point.
You are original gangster.
I had something else to say then, but I forgot it.
That's all right.
That's probably gonna happen a couple of times today.
It'll come back.
That's all right. I think it's a good story though, because a lot of people, especially like we put a Q&A box up for you, like, oh, what questions? And a lot of people were like, oh, like how do you get to that level of performance and height of powerlifting? But ultimately, when you started with us, you were just a typical gym bro. Like,
Yeah, I was a gym bro.
you were just a typical. How old were you? 20?
Keto and dirty bulk. That was the cycle for the first 8 years of training.
So what was it like a day of eating keto dirty bulk for you at the time?
Oh no, so it was pretty much eat everything to gain, and then chicken and rice or tuna and not rice, salad or tuna and salad to cut.
Oh, so you just cycle between dirty bulking and keto?
Yeah, so I'd gain until I was just fat as, and then I would cut until I was shredded. But I'd cut real hard, real fast.
You were actually fat at one point. I remember seeing a photo before I knew you, and you were like fat.
Oh, I've probably gone from 82 kilos to 70 kilos 6 or 7 times before I met you guys. That used to be my thing. Terrible training, or not terrible, but not the best. Hidden one RMs every session, that sort of shit. What you do when you're like 18, 19.
Yeah.
But Bentley Fitness Centre, Canberra, Mark's Lyrica.
The
days.
Yeah.
Shout out. BSE. And Buzz, that's where we met.
That's where we met.
Somebody.
Toddy, me, Gabe.
Buzz was on the bags. Oos.
Yeah, hitting them. Absolutely, kicking them. In that little red room.
Yeah.
In the Bentley Fitness Centre
pre-red room. Pre-red room.
Wait, it was that little room we used to go in dumbbell press. There were like 6 of us. We used to go in dumbbell press and like chuck the dumbbells around, and we'd look outside, and we were young, like, I think everyone's like looking at us because we were just those kids that would congregate 6 to 8 of us in one little space, one person dumbbell pressing at a time,
just rolling through the rack. I think it's an important message though, because a lot of people, especially with the new age of social media, like you probably started before social media really took off with powerlifting. A lot of people start lifting weights now to powerlift. Yep. Where I feel like it's that whole GPP, SPP sort of discussion, but that was never the intention, was it? You were just lifting weights to get jacked.
Spent 8 years trying to get jacked, obviously doing it like not an ideal way, but 8 years trying to get jacked, came into powerlifting with already some muscle. So we obviously, all of us here recommend everyone puts on muscle before they start powerlifting. Well, not before, but whilst you start powerlifting, the goal should be to get jacked.
Yeah.
It's always going to help.
Yeah. And then you transitioned. When you started with Charles, was it to powerlift, or you just started being influenced by us?
Oh no, Why
did you start training with Charles?
So I never used to deadlift or squat because I had chronic back pain for like 6 years.
Yeah.
Not many people know, but I had to stop basketball for that. And then
Did you play footy?
I had to quit footy and basketball.
I never knew you played footy.
it ruined me a little bit socially. Like I was out of the bubble and it wasn't the best. But so I just went full steam gym when I was probably like 15, I think year 9 or something. Full steam at the gym. I was watching like Chris Gethin on bodybuilding.com. For anyone knows him, 12 weeks to lean.
Always the 12-week
12
programs.
Yeah, they're best. And he'd film it every day. He'd put a video up of himself. This is what I'm eating. This is what I'm training. Put up like a little training montage. I loved it back then. So that's who I used to like look up to mainly. What was I saying?
Why you started training?
Why
with
you
me?
started with Charlie? So you had back pain, you couldn't play sport.
Anyway, then I was like, oh yeah, I'm getting this like pelvic alignment and rib cage alignment thing. I'm gonna do it. So I started squatting like real extended, and my back was still hurting. And I was like, what the fuck's going on? Anyway, so then I slowly worked it out. Found rib cage and pelvis, and I could squat without back pain. So then I was squatting, and I was like, all right, let's see what I can do. So I started, I don't know, I think I was squatting like 120, and then slowly built it up to a high 180. And then that's when I met Charles, the high 180. And then from there, you guys are like, why the fuck don't you deadlift? And I was like, my back hurts. And then you guys are like, well, who cares? Like, just start deadlifting. Yeah. And then you guys obviously told me it's the 90-90s and stuff, which back then really helped. And then, you know, like anterior core stuff, like your dead bugs, your plank with reach. These guys pretty much taught me everything. So then they pretty much taught me how to lift with no pain in my back. So then I started deadlifting. And then I squatted and deadlifted, and my shoulder was the only issue at the time. I couldn't bench.
Yeah.
So squats and deads went up.
I reckon the next thing you need to lead on to is so you started deadlifting, but then you told Jamie that you're going to do 5x10 at 220.
So
this was the attitude. This was the attitude. It still is the attitude.
This is bad. I want to smash people that are. I was going to say the C word. I want to smash people that are what I was. So I thought I could do it myself, like probably most people out there that are uncoached and plateauing. But
I just want to jump in quickly, and I'm going to say I actually disagree with you because what you were, you can't teach people to be, which is an animal.
Oof. I think you can foster it.
Thank you.
Slowly.
I think you can foster it. I think it might not be at the forefront for a lot of people. Like, day dot, I meet you, I'm a fucking weapon. I'm an animal in terms of mindset. I think people have it in them. They're just not at the position to draw it out of them.
In a positive way.
In a positive way. I think
I'd agree with Buzz here. Sorry, Charles.
I'm a bit. To be honest, are you saying everyone has it in them?
No, I didn't say everyone has it in them. I don't like. I think there is an extent that you can't teach it to a minority of people, but I do think there are a lot of people that have it in them. You just need to draw it out of them.
I think,
but what we can agree upon is that it's in there. It has to be in there to begin with.
I'm with Charles here.
That's what I was saying.
That's what I agree with.
Yeah. Whereas his was like evident at the front.
His was day dot. Yeah.
Whereas
I'm an animal.
like Brick, for example, I don't think Brick had it.
It's a shout out.
Always Brick. J-Hole. But it was in there. He's revealed.
You've harnessed.
Animal.
Yeah.
Mongrel.
You've harnessed it.
Mongrel.
We've released it on the world. Back to Jason.
So Charlie thinks I was an animal, and so did the boys. But I just think that that's all I had at the time. That's all I had in my head that I could do and that I was good at was lifting. So
lifting hard.
So then, you know, I'd put everything into it. My mindset was 100%. You just got to go hard. Like, if you can't, like, that's where the mindset, if you can't do this set, you're a piece of shit. Like, if you can't, this is the least you can do. That's my pre-lifting mindset, right? If you can't do this, what are you good at? So that's where that kind of grew back in the day, right? Only had gym, really.
Yeah, the internal dialogue.
Very George Lehman.
Yeah, 100%. Do you know who he is? George Lehman?
Baby Slayer.
You don't know him? Oh, wow.
We're going to have to.
Maybe.
Right after this, we're going to watch videos.
He's a sick puppy.
We'll do it on the training vlog.
Watch videos.
We'll do it on the training vlog. We'll G up for the session with George Lehman.
Yeah, done.
I think you've mentioned him to me before.
He was one of like the OG like internet lifters. He was Baby Slayer on the bodybuilding misc. And he like real introverted, fucked up upbringing, stuff like that. He had some things happen to him. And then he just like, you're talking about dirty bulking. This man did the most sickening dirty bulk I've ever seen ever. He bulked up to like 400 pounds.
No, he's massive though. He was like huge as well. Though.
Yeah, he's like 6'4".
He was like a strong man, build.
Big boy.
Then he got
That's like
diced.
180.
Then he got diced. Then he's pulled 900 pounds for reps, stuff like that. But it was like
Same mindset?
So he would. There's
tenfold.
videos of him.
Yeah.
So for anyone listening, we'll I don't know if we'll put it in the show notes. You might find it yourself.
No, you're gonna have to find it yourself.
You have to find it yourself.
If you really care about the stuff that we talk about in our culture,
You're going to
go
have
and
to
find
search it up.
Yeah.
So there's a video of him, commercial gym. It's about to pull, 400 plus kilos, and he's pacing behind the bar, and you see him make himself cry. Like, he makes himself cry. I think, fucked up, I think his brother passed away, and that was his thing. So he would, like, think about stuff about his brother and stuff like that, make himself physically cry, and then go up to the bar
And then just go
pull
and
it.
destroy weights.
That's
Yeah.
why I love ammonia. 'Cause
Yeah.
It makes you cry. It puts you in that mindset like you're just in pain.
Cam's ammonia.
Have you guys seen the
The one
Eddie
that-
Hall thing
No.
where he tries to go to like the darkest place he can? He's picturing himself lifting like a car off his whole family,
Yeah.
going to
That's proper.
lift a 500 kilo world
Yeah.
record.
I might think about that before my next set of hip extensions.
Otis. Otis getting crushed by a car.
That ammonia that's down
I'll
there.
hit that 100 hip extension. Easy. Go to the darkest place.
The ammonia that
Not the
Cam's
caboodle.
got down there is nice.
Yeah.
It's nice ammonia.
I had an
a couple of
involuntary
that the other
yell
day.
smelling that one.
Yeah, it's proper ammonia because some of the other bottles are dead. They're just trash and like you sniff it or whatever. This was like you want to punch I wanted to punch the wall.
Like,
Friday.
you know how Juju Murphy's got ammonia?
Yeah.
And it's called exclamation mark. Yeah, it's like 400 H's and then exclamation mark. I sniffed I think it's a Harris lifting ammonia the other day that Cam had. Opened, sniff, and it was like I couldn't help it. It was just
That's
Yeah.
the best. That is the best.
I smacked the wall on the way to the bench.
Really?
Yeah, because
really?
That's mega
it
out
like-
of character.
it makes you just want to. He screamed, I hit the wall. It makes you very. Yeah, it's proper. It hits you. Fucking
Harris
feels like
lifting.
Feels like
Should've
two
headbutted
fingers
it.
shoved up
Lifting,
your nose.
sort us out.
Are you going to make ammonia with HUSLA?
Yeah, I was going to keep that
Surely.
one under wraps,
Oh,
but
right,
but yeah, going to
Yeah,
try to, so we
sure.
can have constant supply here, boys.
Make it crazy.
Yeah.
Coming out of the vents.
Yeah, I got some ideas.
Coming out of the vent.
So the usual.
IV drip.
Put it in behind the fan. Turn the fan on. And just like hits in the face.
Yeah, we're actually making air conditioners that just disperse ammonia. But the usual ammonias are like 50-gram bottles.
Yeah.
So I'm looking to double that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, big,
You're going to go heavy.
big sniffs.
Yeah.
I want lots. I want instant tears.
Buckets.
I want big PBs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Past traumas.
Everything's got to be better.
Everything.
That's HUSLA. Like in my head, it's just got to be better. Everything bring out got to be better.
Well, let's talk. Let's swing the conversation a little bit. So obviously started lifting and all that, and then your personal training as well.
Failing.
Oh, you can call it failing. I call it entry level, just starting out.
I was a good life losing like probably $200
You got
to
sucked in.
$300 a week
Yeah.
for like
I don't know if that's that's just those fucking
7
gyms.
to 9 months. Yeah, no,
Dog-
definitely the
dog
system
gyms.
there didn't allow me to succeed.
Yep.
But I also, it was my fault as well. I lost my license, and I had like a good community of sales reps that were giving me leads at Waverley Park. Shout out. But then lost my license, couldn't get there because I lived down this end, it's about a 45-minute drive. So then I went to a new gym, brand spanking, had to re-sign a new contract, minimum 6 months, right? And I didn't know anyone there, and I got shitty leads that didn't want PT. And I also was like, not that experienced either, didn't have the confidence, which leads me to where I got the confidence, which was when I quit and did the internship. And then that's where sort of, I would say that I went from failing to actually doing all right.
Do you remember some of the? Because we have a lot of obviously coaches and stuff listening, and I have the conversations with some of our members here who are going through those. They're not just the contracts, but going through that slaving in like a big chain gym setting and can't really find their feet, can't really make the progress they want to. Do you remember some of the key things that made you, whether it was a mindset shift, obviously like the internship, but inside you, what were some of the things that sort of progressed you?
So first of all, I had to change the environment. So I had to get out of Good Life. So if you're stuck in one of those contracts, you're not getting any leads, and your, I guess, target client is like not what you're looking for. So for example, a Good Life, like it's Good Life, right? You want powerlifters, don't go to Good Life, or you want bodybuilders, don't go to Good Life. And if you're at Good Life and you're looking for those people, then get the fuck out of Good Life. So that's the first thing, change the environment, and then just relentlessly educate yourself, I guess. Surround yourself with people like this. I remember one of the like this, like I don't want to like, you know, talk you guys up too much and sound like I'm talking you guys up. It's a fucking truth, right? Like Jamie said to me on one of the Wednesday sessions, which mind you, he picked me up every Wednesday because I lost my license, and we did the in-person Wednesday session.
Internships.
Which
Yeah.
that was the what's it called, more of the sit down talk sort of.
Yeah, the lessons. They were like
lessons.
they were classes.
Yeah,
Theory.
like classes, theory. That's the one. That's the word I was looking for. And he said, "Why, like, you know, you deadlift like fucking almost 300 kilos. Why don't you have a full book of clients?" And then I was like, "Fuck, I don't know." And then I went home that afternoon and I was like, "Why don't I?" And then I was like, "All right, what do I have?" And then I was like, "What don't I have?" And then I was like, "I don't even have fucking sheets." So I made like shitty sheets.
Oh, so you looked internal to your own business.
Yeah,
like,
into my business as myself. Back then, I didn't look at myself as my business. I just looked as work as Jason, right? So not even business. So back then, my mindset was like, I either do it or I don't. There's no brand. There's no nothing, right? Yeah. So back then, there wasn't build these systems, build these. Like the most basic thing for me was build sheets and start telling cunts that I'm that I'm coaching. That I'm doing online coaching.
Yeah.
And then shout out Lewis, OG hustler, number one, my first hustler. He's still a hustler.
Yeah.
It's probably been like, I was actually Stoop PT or Stoop Performance back then, but that was 3.5, 4 years ago. Shout out to Lewis.
Yeah,
He's helped a lot with hustler.
At the gym too.
Yeah, he's a
weapon.
Strength coach as well.
OG strength culture.
One of the nicest
Gym
kids
member.
that I know.
He was the first non-coach gym member.
Yeah.
Lewis.
He's my
The king.
mum and my sister's favourite person at the gym.
Oh, nice.
They love
see?
Lewis.
Look at that. Look
They
at that.
love Lewis.
Look at that.
The Munga. Yeah.
He's king.
So you looked internal to your business and then started to realize, all right, I need to take this serious.
Yeah,
and
you have to. So like, just to go back, lost my license, blame the police, dumbass, right? But then this time, the boys are like, you know, what the fuck? Like, it's your fucking fault for speeding, you dickhead. Anyway, so then I applied that mindset to why the fuck don't I have clients rather than just blaming good life. I was like, all right, let's blame myself. Like, I don't even have fucking sheets.
Yeah.
How the fuck am I gonna have clients if I can't even deliver a program? You know? So yeah, that's probably like a big one. If you don't have the systems in place, you better sit down and build them.
Yeah, I think it's called internal locus of control. You look at yourself, and it's a big mindset shift for a lot of people. I've definitely gone through periods of that for myself, and I'm sure a lot of people who have seen periods of growth have probably experienced that as well.
100%.
Yeah, it's big time.
and ask for help. Like, you got a question, talk to your circle, and if you don't have a circle, like, reach out to me, myself or the boys. We're always happy to have a chat.
But I think a big thing as well, and even like Buzz was the same. He wanted to get more involved in this kind of environment. He came and joined the gym here.
Mm-hmm.
So like I know a lot of guys that training at Good Life or Fitness First. If you want to start surrounding yourself with stronger people, better coaches, go join a gym that has that and facilitates that.
Get a coach as well.
Get a coach and start to meet people. And I know like a lot of our interns are the same. Like they've trained at other gyms, commercial gyms. They've come here, become a member, then they've done the internship or whatever, and then it's, you know, push them do other internships. But surround yourself with those people in those environments, which is what Buzz did when he wanted to just be around more weapons.
And it's not going to come to you.
Yeah,
that's it. Like it's the same thing. Like we joke now that we've flipped our mindset and it's blame everyone else. Accountability. Accountability sucks.
That's a proper joke.
That's no. That's it. When things are going wrong, blame everyone else.
Yeah.
It's your fault. Yeah. Dish blame. No, but seriously, it's, you know, it's like how can you make your life better? It's not, your life is in your hands. You know what I mean? Like you got to do things that are gonna put you out of your comfort zone. Like that was it. I was doing things that I thought I enjoyed, but the only way I was going to be around guys I was going to learn from is to be around guys I'm going to learn from.
Yeah.
Like
you said, it's not going to come to you. No. Like you're most likely going to actually have to spend money on it. So you know, to actually surround yourself with those people, like be willing to spend money on it. Yeah.
So with all these reels, this podcasting and TikToking, you might not know we're all still available for online coaching. Didier, Charles, and myself are available for a range of goals: strength, hypertrophy, general fitness. We are available. So if you do want to get in control of your goals, make sure you DM us or head to the link in the bio where we'll outline our services there. So get in touch and get jacked, get juicy, and we'll sort it out.
Also, yeah, mic drop from Buzz there with his first ad read. Congratulations, Jamie Buzz. But we are also available for our lifting workshops. The squat one will have passed most likely. However, there may still be one ticket available for Saturday the 23rd. April the 30th, we have our bench workshop. And then May the 6th, we have our deadlift workshop. So those workshop tickets are available. And we'll throw out a discount code CULTURE30 for 30% off if you're interested. Tickets will run out, so get in quick if you're interested. Let's fast forward a little bit. Let's get through this because it's a cool story, and we've seen you come from those struggling, coming from those struggling positions to now. Let's talk through employing coaches. Now you've got 2 guys working under you. Obviously, you've got this new apparel sort of accessory thing starting. But
accessories.
Yeah, how did you get to that step of going from I'm a struggling PT and then turning around, shifting the blame to yourself, and then going, all right, I can make something here, and then all of a sudden, Marcus comes on board, then Cam comes on board.
Yep. So we can't like turn a blind eye to the fact that I was lifting heavy shit and I was doing well in powerlifting. That helped a shitload. But I also had we joke about it, right? STOUPAS 1.0, STOUPAS 2.0. Right? I see myself as 2 different people back then and now. Back then was a gangster on social media, would do the most fucked shit on social media. And it brought, like, my engagement back then was better than now. People were always contacting me. And then as soon as I just shifted that slightly a little bit over to like taking the piss, lifting, bit of education, started building. So social media was like the number one thing for me back then. And like trying to be as authentic to myself back then, like who I actually was back then, which was like a bit of a dickhead. But it worked well on social media, right? Everyone wants some entertainment. I was entertaining. So I use social media to my as a strength of mine, and it benefited me a lot.
Something on that real quick as well. For anyone that is struggling with it, just post your training and talk about your feelings at the start. I swear to God. It's the easiest thing
100%.
straight off the bat, because the biggest thing I'm sure everyone has asked you guys as well is like, I'm scared about posting on social media every single time. It's like, well, if you're not ready to educate people and tell people exactly what to do, say this is what I did and this is how I felt about it, or this is how I made this decision on the day.
That's
I think that was
the easiest first step in.
The easiest first step in. Yeah.
What we
Was the plan always to grow it to a point where you can hire other coaches?
No. So back then I was STOUPAS 1.0. So I had nothing but like gym. Like I didn't like think that highly of myself. So to be honest with you, so I never saw it getting to this, which is nowhere near where I wanted to get to. But like, and it's nothing like amazing now. It's just awesome. So I'm happy to look back at like, you know, the fact that I just thought I was going to struggle through PT and then, you know, have team, you know. But what were we saying? How I got to hiring Marcus and Cam. So I think I got to like 40 clients in like the first 6 months or something. And then my best mate, Marcus LaGreca, so he's the other HUSLA coach, shout out, was doing he just finished uni and he just finished an internship, and it was like 80 people that go into this internship and one person gets a job. The motherfucker got the job.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so he got the job, and then he said no because he came to work for me. So classic fucking story, probably for another day. We'll get him on here one day.
He told it on Saturday night. It was the first time I'd heard it. It was actually a good story.
Yeah.
Very good story.
It
was
classic.
around the time we were doing invigorations.
Yeah, I remember because he said to me and Jason, he goes, on Saturday night, he looked at both of us and he goes, the reason I wanted to do it is because I saw these 2 guys just doing fun shit, lifting weights, gone for swimming in the beaches, just teaching
lifestyle.
Teaching guys to lift weights and literally just having fun. And he's like, I didn't want to fucking spend 9 hours a day in a suit.
And now I bust his chops to get shit done for me on time during the day.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah. But yeah, so that happened. Hired him. Literally, he put the money on the, what's it called? Put your money where your mouth is. That's the one. And then so did I. And then we went from there. And then Cam reached out and Cam said, "Have you got work for me?" And I said, "Not yet, but I will. And when I do, you'll be the first to know." And then Cam came on probably between the 2 major lockdowns, I would say. Probably the second major one and the third major one.
So like end of
in
2020.
Melbourne. Yeah, I don't even fucking know. Those 2 years.
Oh, those years are an absolute fucking blur.
I was just depressed the whole time.
The middle point of that was like end of 2020, start of 2021.
Yeah. So in there,
that period,
in there, Cam came on board. And yeah, now we're just trying to build out, I guess, and take more clients.
Throw
on.
that sucker up.
Yeah.
Fucking oath.
Get the boys to capacity.
Yeah,
That's the goal.
Fucking oath.
And which leads me to the next thing. Couple of things we're trying to do. So the next thing was the accessories brand. Obviously, that's gonna help with the brand. But I also have like I like to think I'm like very innovative and very creative. So this is like right on my alley, trying to trial and error with samples and stuff and making shit that I reckon's better.
Are you
than
enjoying the
anything else.
process of building these accessories?
Fucking love it.
Yeah.
Fucking love it. Yeah, it's great.
Dealing with Alibaba?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am proud of everything that I've brought out and the things that are coming out. I'm not going to talk about them.
Yep.
But things in the pipeline.
Ammonia,
Sick
aircons.
shit.
Yeah.
Gangster shit. Yeah, air conditioners. Ammonia, demisting air conditioners. Yeah.
I do missed. What are those little
Diffuser.
Diffuser. An ammonia diffuser. Just at the
like
front of
dusk.
at the front of the gym here, just puffs up as soon as you open the door and just
hover over it on entry.
punch the wall. There's a bag right there. You just smack it. Just fucking.
Get a big one and you just see 15 people down at the
Everyone's
gym just losing it.
Everyone's crying.
Incredible.
Something just real quick. We skimmed over it, and I think it's a sick story because the first time I heard it, I was like, "You're a fucking animal." It was the 220, the 5x10. We didn't talk about it.
Oh, no.
We skimmed over
John Paul
it.
Cauchi.
Completely
Can
missed
I
it.
set the story
It was
up?
205.
It was 205.
And it was 8x10.
So John Paul Cauchi, who's
The last set was 15.
Yeah,
I watched it last night on my phone.
Hang on, I gotta lay the foundation of the story, and then you can run through what actually happened. So
Yeah.
John Paul Cauchi was my first coach, and he introduced me to powerlifting, and was sort of like a mentor for myself and Charlie when we first started lifting for powerlifting purposes with the gym and culture and our comps. And Charlie would always be like, "Oh, I'm going to deadlift 300," and JP was always like the devil's advocate, like, "Yeah, man, in 2 years maybe or 3 years," and Charlie's like, "No, 6 months, blah blah blah."
Fucking shade him now, didn't I?
4 years later.
I deadlifted 300 fucking 2.5 years ago.
But JP's always been like he's a very logical person when we talk about lifting, and really doesn't take an emotional approach, because he's seen so many young lifters with high potential, and we're starting to see him now. They come into the sport, they compete for 1 or 2 comps, and then they just fall out of it. They set these huge expectations and they don't see how long the process actually is. So I was like, "Oh man, we've got this new kid, Jason. He's a fucking animal. I'll tell you, he's going to be a freak." And John Paul's like, "Yeah, I'm sure. Oh, why don't you bring him down the gym?" I'm like, "All right, JP, we're going to go. STOUPAS, we're going to go to JP's gym, and you're just going to lift." And what were you doing at the I don't even think we were programming you.
No, I saw you do this. So I saw you build up your 5 by
just
10s.
volumes. Yeah.
That's where I got the idea from.
Yeah.
From what I remember, that's
Yeah.
where I got the idea from. So I was like, "Yeah, I'll do that shit too."
I remember it was when I went to Europe in 2017. You were doing your 5x10s
Squats.
on everything.
Yeah.
5x10s, just 5 by like linear progression. 5
Yeah,
by
just
10.
until I died. Yeah.
That's where I got it from.
And so that the context was Jamie had experienced it and got to like deadlift or whatever you got to,
can't
and
remember.
Jason just put like 20 kilos on that, and you're like, "Fucking
no.
good."
You
You're
did
like, "Good luck."
200 or something, or 220 or something.
I don't know.
He did like I remember,
Doesn't matter. Specifics don't matter. I was doing it, and
and then you just slapped on like another 10%.
No, it was like a 12-week progression, and I started at fucking like 145 from memory, and just put 5 kilos on a week, and I thought I was going to finish at 200, finished at 205.
Yeah.
But I did
wrapped the
an
last
extra
set.
3 sets, and then wrapped the last one and did 15.
I just
Yeah.
remember.
So you did it a 7x10 and a 1x15.
Yeah, yeah.
And I
But
just-
that was like deload after that, and I knew fuck all back then. So I just did dumb shit. So I needed a coach. Anyway, I ended up hiring Jamie like maybe a month. Like I tried to do 3x3 progression, and then I started failing 240.
You like 2
And then
weeks in.
Jamie's like, "Motherfucker, I told you so." Like, just give us at least 8 weeks before this comp. And I was like, just take it now.
Yeah. And then we're still rolling now.
And it's been 4 years, and I haven't stopped once. Just bang. Yeah.
Yeah. It's good.
Well, I mean, I stopped training a little bit in the middle, but yeah, Jamie's still.
Yeah, do you want
the
to
whole way
talk?
through.
Do you want to talk
That
about
was-
some of those? Because I definitely felt it too from a business perspective, but also from a training perspective. Over the last couple of years, how was that? And as you said, you had some piece of your identity as being this power lifter, this person, whether or not it's social media driven or whatever. But how was the last couple of years dealing with all that? Like I know from behind the scenes, but
So was I was saying before, like when I was younger, like all I had was lifting, right? I didn't have I wasn't good at school. I wasn't really that good at like social situations. I was just like all right at lifting. So like COVID hit, and I was like, I still had my identity as like trying to be the best, or up there with the top Australian like lifters, and I just thought, what the fuck's going on? Like, I didn't even want to lift anymore.
Yeah.
So I was like, I ended up like putting on 5 or 6 kilos, which is fine to do, guys. Don't stress if you do in lockdown or whenever you want. Like, if you're low motivation, you want to eat a little bit more, it's all good. So not that it's a bad thing, but it goes in line with the fact that I wasn't training and I was depressed. So it kind of just went downhill through lockdown. But a lot of positives in lockdown as well. Got to build the business, got to build the website, got to do a lot of those good things. So there was one bad thing there. The problem was that I just didn't accept it, and I was burning the candle at both ends. That's a saying, right?
Yep.
Like trying to still lift fucking heavy, and I just kept hurting myself. And instead, I should have just been like, all right, like, who cares? Take a little bit of time off, focus on the business, stop, like, trying to expect myself to be number one and lift heavy as fuck and all that sort of shit. So,
do you have those feelings coming back now that we're out and we're rolling again?
I love lifting now. So when lockdown sort of happened, just before that, I was, like, peaking. I call it my peak. So I just done, like, PB total, broken some records, and I kind of hated lifting for like those last 6 months, because I was just doing it to be the best. And now I love lifting, and I am not the best, and I don't give a fuck. So I'm enjoying training, and like I have the fire to be the best I can be, but I don't have the drive to be better than everyone else. Yeah.
And I think there's really something to what's the word? Is it not bolstering yourself as an individual and not just like one avenue? Because I found the same thing happened with boxing. Second that disappeared, and I don't think I don't think it was a social media, because I wasn't using it then. It was just like that was me, that was only me, and then when that was gone, I was a fucking piece of shit for ages, depressed. I was just not a good person for a long time.
Yep.
And I think that as much as COVID was a horrible time for everyone, it gave people that opportunity to work on the business, do things that are outside of lifting or who they'd identify themselves as.
Yep.
And actually, I think it makes you a more robust person outside of it now, because as much as, you're not looking to be the best, it's like you've got your business to find fulfillment from and whatever else. And I think as much of a horrible time it was, and you don't wish it on anyone, it's definitely come out for the better. And I think that's
after a year of burning the candle.
yeah. Well, you got to fuck up to learn.
Yeah,
that's really the biggest thing.
Well, you can listen to us and just don't fuck up, as we're telling you not to.
No, fucking up is
You gotta fuck
is the
up.
journey. You have to fuck up.
100%. But that's the thing that like your parents tell you, yeah? Like, why don't you listen to us? Like, you always want to learn the hard way. And it's like, like,
You got to learn.
That's the only way I learn. Like, you try something, you fuck up. You learn from it.
Yeah.
No, there's definitely the identity. I think most people, and it's probably something that males struggle with a lot, or at least I can find from my mates and all of that sort of stuff. It's not in, well, it sort of is inner work, but I like to think about it just like a mirror. You just start looking in the mirror, like, who are you as a person? Like, what is your identity for yourself and all of those sort of things? Because I've definitely gone through it in the same way that you probably did, Jace, a couple of years prior with the whole lifting thing. And I thought, I need to be this fucking powerlifter in order to grow this business. And then I started to realize, well, hang on, maybe not. Maybe I can go and do other things and still build this business into a reputable brand and all of that. Like, it's a very similar journey that I think a lot of people go through. We need someone like a Gary Vee here to really explain it, because I don't think the four of us chocos can really articulate what I'm trying to get at. But that's what my thoughts are.
I thought I was going through what you went through with the fuck lifting sort of thing.
And you were going to quit.
And I was like, oh shit, like, you just get a business, you get busy, you get preoccupied in your mind, and then you quit lifting. And I was like, fuck. And then I just realized I was lifting to be the best, and then I hated lifting because there was so much pressure that I put on myself.
Yeah.
But now I finally realized I actually love powerlifting. Like, I thought I didn't, and I was just good at it, and that's why I did it. But like, I was just burnt out.
It's supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
That's what a lot
I think
of
that's
people
another huge
forget.
part.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've gone through, maybe not to the extent that both of you went through it, to like really do it. But I've had periods where I used to look at Brett Gibbs and go, how the fuck do these guys do this for 10 years? And this was probably 18 months ago. And it was in lockdown, so it was, the other factors happening. Like you said, we're starting to question ourselves and what the hell are we doing, and we're training in the garage depressed.
Yeah.
But you can go back and watch any of our YouTube vlogs from that period.
You're never deleting him, Dunny.
Yeah.
Never deleting.
Never deleted.
But literally similar to Jason, just depressed, just like trying to will myself from the couch to go lift, and I'm like, what am I doing? But the same thing now. I'm 5 years in. We've got this comp on Friday, Pro Raw, training here at the gym, and less pressure. I just enjoy lifting. I just like rocking up lifting. It was actually Nick Feather that asked me the other day, he goes, why do you do it? And I was like, I just like doing it.
Yeah, you just
I
enjoy it.
I just enjoy it. I don't really care. I'm looking forward to competing, and I like powerlifting, but again, I don't put any pressure on myself at all. And I know I'm just going to get stronger anyway, because you just show up, you work hard, you're going to get stronger.
I think that's the thing. I don't know. I've read it somewhere. There's a name for it. Whatever. It's like, the more you chase something, it's like a magnet, opposite end of a magnet. The more you chase something, it's like it's just always out of arm's reach. The more you try and chase like the outcome without going that cliche process outcome, and it sounds like it's like the more you focus on now what you're doing now and less about what's going to come, the easier it is on your mental.
You focus on that, like, oh, I really want to deadlift 300, and every time it doesn't happen, it feels like a part of you. It's a part of you is like not fulfilled, or like you're
and then you hate it more and more and more, and then it's like your energy's gone away from putting in your best effort, and then it's just fucking I hate this, and then that's what leads people to quit.
That's powerlifting though.
Yeah,
that's like everyone's like, oh, I want to deadlift like 200 or 300 or whatever it is, and then so they fucking deadlift every week, and they deadlift heavy as fuck 1RMs every week, and it's like, brother,
settle down.
Go get jacked for a little bit.
Yeah.
Go get jacked for a little bit. Get a little bit further away from powerlifting. Do a couple cruisier sets of deadlifts. Keep your technique there. Get jacked. Then come back to it, and maybe the magnet will fucking stick.
100%. I think it's so fine to have those goals, but just be fucking realistic. It's like have the goal, set it and forget it sort of thing, and then just have those mini goals now. Yep. If you focus on beating this week and the next week by just that little bit, it's going to make the process a hell of a lot easier than fixating on that 300. 100%.
Well, it's like, I remember my first couple of comps, I was very fixated on hitting a number, and that if I didn't hit that number, it was like a part of my identity. And I literally had this breakthrough moment when I was literally like, what changes about me if I hit this number or don't hit this number? Nothing. No one else looks at me differently. No one else really cares, to be honest. Yeah. Let's be honest.
No one cares.
No one cares.
So
what's actually changing about me? If I hit this, yeah, you care.
I care.
He's in training as well, yeah?
Oh, just comp, training, anything. Like if I don't hit the pressure that we put us on ourselves as early when we started doing it, and what most new lifters would be doing to themselves now, because let's be honest, everyone kind of does it, except you. Maybe you're the only person.
With what?
Lifting.
Oh, not with lifting.
I reckon you were so emotionally detached.
I don't give a fuck about lifting anymore.
But even when you were lifting.
Yeah. I don't know what's...
Do you put this pressure on with golf?
I put it on myself with the business, 100%.
What about golf?
I feel like
everyone has an outlet.
Through.
Everyone has an outlet. It's you know how old saying, everyone has a bit of turkey in them? Like everybody has a bit of turkey somewhere in them. It's just what they attach those things to. This is the same thing. Everyone has those... You put these sort of fucking, whether they're goals, they're long goals, you attach heaps of emotion, heaps of identity. Everyone has those outlets. It's just we're in a position where a lot of the time it's on objective numbers in the gym.
It's duality.
Yeah, where for me, especially in the last few years, it's been objective growth of the business. I want to see our top line revenue move every single month. Why didn't it move this month? All right, now we're going through a process now of all these new little things that we're going to be trying. We all do the same thing. We just attach it to different vessels. It's how we cope, I guess, with just life. Like you need to attach meaning to things and actually start to grow and find direction. And then that's where if you start to pin your identity to that, all of a sudden you can maybe fester in that feeling where I'm not good enough. Why isn't it growing? It's a direct attack at me if things aren't moving in the direction. And you're like, I'm not going to be number one anymore. What's the point? Blah, blah, blah. But in reality, there was so many other positive benefits around the process that are probably more important anyway. And it just takes a little bit of maturity or whatever to realize, oh, well, I can enjoy my time here. I can get value out of it in other ways and whatever. And in that process, you still make gains and probably become better anyway.
Well, even the number one thing, I think like what changes really outside of someone training 4 times a week and putting in their best effort with nutrition and whatever else. I think it's the detachment from wanting to be number one all the time. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like it's like number one could still be a reality for you. Whatever number one is to you,
Not
you know
if
what
you
I
hate
mean?
lifting though.
No, that's not, no, I'm not. Yeah, I know that.
So if trying to be number one makes you hate lifting,
yes,
then you gotta get away from it.
But
That was me.
Yeah. But I think it's the hyperfixation on being number one. It's like the 300, like the set and forget at 300 as a goal. You know what I mean?
Records.
And records. I think it's like the actions don't change for a lot of people. Like you're still training hard 4 times a week. You still eat well. You still do that because I really doubt the difference.
Oh, now, yeah.
Well,
I
for a lot of
I
people,
love it now.
Well, I really doubt the difference between a number one lifter and then guys that are intermediate that really love it. Their habits or actions really change.
Yep.
Like I just think they do it longer and they're probably genetically suited to being number one a little bit better than the other person.
Yep.
Like I don't know. That's what I think.
No, I agree with you.
You know what I mean?
I think there's a good quote. Didier had it last week. I wish it was here, but related to it's not the goal that we're chasing; it's the person we become through the process of attaining the goal. I think that's sort of that maturity that eventually, after a little while, you can sort of just take a step back and be like, oh, actually, this is fucking really cool. Building this thing, whether it's a business, whether it's a fucking world-class total, whether it's a world-class physique, whether it's a whatever creative endeavor you're doing with your life, there is something just the word is beautiful in the process of building these sort of things. And whether or not you ever get to being number one, like us with Australian strength, home Australian strength training, whether or not we ever fucking get there, who the hell knows? But the process of undertaking that journey is amazing. It really is.
What do we say? The journey is a destination.
Yeah, that's
right?
the other. That's the other
literally
one.
on the
That used to be
bloody
on our
walls.
fucking wall. Fuck me.
Yeah.
I couldn't even remember that one either. There we go.
I used to have so many quotes, and I've just forgotten them all. Like probably the time we met, that there was quotes coming out of my ass then. Actually, and now I just can't fucking remember.
How you going to be an eagle if you're a fucking turkey?
Yeah,
That was my boss at Sephora.
Hey, Charlie.
Yeah, it was Elvis.
That's what he used to say to you.
He used to.
I butchered the quote.
He didn't just used to say it. He used to yell it. This guy was.
Hey.
This guy in Chadstone, you know, there's those coffee shops in the middle of like the aisles.
It's gone now. It's gone.
It was called Sephora, and this thing was pumping. This place, it was like in the expensive end, like Louis Vuitton and all that shit.
The old Aquila used to be.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
And this guy was like, he was like a head
Another
chef,
one.
but of like the cafe. So he'd just like run around.
he was one of the owners.
Yeah, but he acted like the head chef. Like he was like pulling people up. Oh yeah, go and do that.
He was
Yeah.
the fucking floor manager.
Yeah, I know, that's what I mean. But
Yeah.
he was like vocal and really like charismatic around and he used to.
Used to call everyone Bello. Bello. Love that.
But it's
Hey, come here, Bello.
But he'd be like, Charlie, how are we meant to soar like eagles when we're surrounded by fucking turkeys? And he'd just like yell it out in the middle of Chadstone.
That's so Italian.
Yeah, that was very Italian. But
That's where it came from originally.
yeah, we were also 18 then working, so I can only imagine how shit we would have been. We would have been shit. 18-year-olds, you fucking
Yeah, you guys would have been dog shit.
yeah, it would have been dog shit, hungover all the time.
Still drunk, man.
Yeah,
100%. All
it
right,
was funny.
we threw up a question box for the on Instagram. Thank you for those guys who have been interacting with our socials. We appreciate it. But we've got some funny, very Jason questions that we definitely need to roll through. The first one's from Cam. Best flavor of baby formula. Have you ever found baby formula to get?
Yeah, so when I knew nothing, Stoop 1.0, I saw a guy on Instagram. He's like, yeah, baby formula doubles the size of baby, so why wouldn't it double the size of me, sort of shit. Anyway, I knew fuck all back
That colostrum.
So I got a tub. I think I may have gotten 2 tubs.
Man, it was on the way to Canberra. We were listening to Dr. Rhonda Patrick, and she's talking about eating this caviar for this and this and all this crap. 'Cause she's like, and then Jake's like, baby formula. I'm gonna do it. Me and Jamie were like, what the fuck?
I quickly realised that it was doing nothing except chewing up 300 calories. But towards the end, I was just in it because it tastes so fucking good, guys. It's so good with a protein shake. So nice. But apparently the iron's like through the roof and like it's not good to
Not good
have
for
that much.
yeah.
We don't need that much.
It's for a baby.
But anyway, yeah, so I did it and I got the A2 flavour, whatever that is, and it just tastes like, you know, you'll have nostalgic memories, I think, of like when you were a kid. I don't know, it just tastes familiar. It just tastes familiar.
It was a warm feeling in your soul.
Not warm, no, I didn't warm it up. But yeah, it just tastes familiar and
A
nice.
metaphorically warm feeling in your soul, like a hug, like a mother's hug,
like titty milk.
Yeah, just not from titty. My mum's gonna probably watch this guy. Fucking hell.
All right, next one. What's the most fucked thing you've ever cooked? And these are literally how the questions came in. What's the most fucked thing you've ever cooked?
I know this one.
What is it?
Fucked is in bad or fucked is in just what the hell?
Whatever.
I got two.
All right.
So the most fucked thing I've ever cooked in flavour, if anyone follows me on Instagram, they would have seen it about 3 months ago. I reckon I could have crashed Instagram with the amount of responses I got of people telling me how fucking disgusting it looked. So I've been getting onto these whole meal or whole grain
noodles.
2 minute. Yeah, you know the one.
They're the best.
But you know the meal I cooked?
Is it the cheese?
It had blue cheese in it.
Yeah.
I love
Anyway,
cheese.
I fucking love experimenting in the kitchen. I just chuck shit together and
This was definitely an experiment.
easily trackable shit. Just go for it. Try to get the protein in. Try to get the carbs in.
And forget about the flavour.
Yeah, no, I thought it tasted good. Anyway, forgot the veggies in this one as well. Sorry, Mickey. But I put mortadella, which is like Italian cold meat, and salami in the bottom of the bowl. And I thought, all right, I'll cook. I hadn't cooked these 2 minute noodles for ages, so I forgot that you need to drain the water and then add the shit in.
Seasonings.
So I had this like faux soup sort of thing with, and it took all the flavor out of the salami.
Oh, because once you drained it, yeah.
It took all the flavor out because it was just in the water, and I added blue cheese to it. Anyway, it had like 40 grams of protein, which I was looking for, and 3 packets of noodles, so it was like 150 carbs, and it was like, oh, it wasn't that good on fat. Probably 20 grams of fat with all the cheese and the cold meats. Anyway, it was dog shit. So
I didn't message you. I remember it vividly, like vivid, because of how fucking disgusting it looked.
it was bad.
Blue cheese
This
is
thing-
fucked,
Bro,
man.
there's like swimming, like there's little squares of salami, like swimming.
It was bad, and there was all at the bottom, so I couldn't even like fish up a couple squares with a spoon.
And you said, what was the other one?
The other one that was fucked, that was actually quite... Actually, I got a little bit more to add on to that. So someone on Instagram told me to add boiled eggs to it. And I get more messages saying that looks worse, but it's actually way better. Just chuck a few eggs
In
on
the
top.
soup. Yeah.
Boiled or fried egg?
You drain the water. You don't make that mistake ever again.
It's like
Ever,
a mee
ever,
goreng
ever,
sort
ever.
of thing. They like a mee goreng. They crack
put
the
the
egg
egg.
on top.
Yeah, I don't
Well, not
boil the
crack
egg,
it, but they cook it.
I put it in boiling water and like poach it and then chuck it over the top, and it's nice. You like the yolk bursts in your mouth and stuff. Real good. The other one that was fucked was probably a month or two ago as well. I had Turkish bread, Greek bread, I mean, and I
Yeah, can't give them that one.
and I
Everything's Greek.
I toasted it. I made a sandwich out of it. Is that too fucked to say?
Nah,
Is
it's
that
all right. And if our listeners don't know, everything is Greek.
Everything is great.
Everything.
All right, maybe cut that out. I love tracking, right? But I don't cook everything that I track, right? Because that's fucking unrealistic. So I use like leftovers as well, right? And I guesstimate it, all right? And if you guys don't do that and you hate tracking, it's probably why. So have a little bit of fun with your food as well. Cook your leftovers up, all that sort of shit. So we had spaghetti. And I got spaghetti, chucked it on the frying pan, and I fried a spaghetti patty I chucked 2 eggs into the spaghetti patty. And then we had bolognese. I put the bolognese in a square and I cracked. Charlie looks really...
Wait, hold on a second.
Charlie looks really interested.
Wait, what did you
He's
do with the
looking at me.
spaghetti?
He made a patty out
So I
of it.
made a spaghetti patty and a bolognese
he's
patty.
frying it
and
up.
I put it...
How'd you make the
with-
patty? Like the
So I
circular
cracked
fucking-
eggs into it so it binded into
Oh.
like
Yeah.
an omelette sort of. So 2 eggs. And I stacked them together and put them inside the Greek bread.
The Greek bread.
And that was like really fucking nice.
Oh, really?
I put a little bit of cheese on top as well. It was real good.
Nice.
So that was the most
what-
fucked good
It
thing
was
that I've cooked.
a spaghetti bolognese burger.
Bolognese.
Yeah.
Bolog.
Bolognese burger.
Greek
they make
burger.
spaghetti bolognese fucking pizzas and shit. Like, I just made
Yeah,
it.
why not make
I
a
just made
burger?
it in Greek bread.
Will Crozier has got
Spaghetti's also
I'm gonna
Greek.
get slammed for this Greek bread thing.
Mate,
I'm taking the piss.
Will Crozier says it. He's like, all you need is carbs, meat, and sauce, and you're good. That's what that is. It's just so happens that the carb is Greek bread and bolognese, but yeah, carbs, meat, and
Bolognese
sauce.
is Greek as well.
Yeah, it all
Yeah.
is. Yeah, especially when you hang that G in there a bit.
Yeah,
Bolognese.
bolognese.
I was going to say, Jamie might have forgotten this one, but remember when I used to cook steaks on the sandwich press and then put blue cheese on?
Yeah,
Yum.
yeah.
That strength culture
That's strength
Unbelievable.
culture one.
1.0.
I love
Charlie
blue
would
cheese.
sandwich press like a steak,
Porterhouse?
like a porterhouse $5 steak from Woolies, and then
Blue cheese.
and it would just smell like fucking meat everywhere in the gym.
Actually,
cooking it on the-
I gotta say, Gabe made me piss myself the other day. And Gabe, he messaged me and he goes, "If people don't like blue cheese, they've got fucking 8-year-old taste buds." I just thought it was so funny.
It's mad.
What about the raw meat? You went through a patch where you just would eat eye fillet.
Oh no, it's not a patch.
It's still going,
Yeah, well, like beef tartare, that's
Yeah.
raw as hell.
but you just ate the steak.
I ate a raw steak. At
Oh,
Bush's the other
I've
day.
had it. Yeah, I've had a whole raw steak before.
Yeah, raw. I remember an
Couple times.
Insta story. You,
be fuck cooking
it was
it.
literally, you know, the Woolies packets that you just peel the plastic off, and like you
slammed
know,
it.
you usually cook a steak, you pat dry it, get rid of the fucking blood or whatever. This was peel, steak
Salt,
in hand,
salt. Don't forget the salt. Salt on top. Pure salt.
salt, and then just like, and it's on an Insta story. You're filming the whole thing. Just
It's bang
chew
a
the
steak.
steak
Mum
off.
and Dad buy Highland Park like Wagyu, like real nice steak. So yeah, it's in the packet and shit, but it's like proper steak. It's nice as.
Vacuum sealed.
But yeah, it's probably better if you know, I like my steak blue, so like, you know, as high heat as possible. At like 1 minute on each side, like still cold in the middle.
Where's
That's how I
your
like it.
Where's your number one steakhouse in Melbourne?
Marble?
Marble.
Yeah.
Man,
South
no,
Yarra.
Would you
the other
agree?
day,
Yeah, I would.
That's
best steak I've ever had.
Yeah, you've been.
We went
We
last
went
Sunday.
last Sunday, Buzz and I. For
Unreal.
Hattie's going away.
just
had
off Chapel
rare.
Street. Real good.
I tried blue for the first time. I get it. It's just a bit cold for me in the center.
Oh, you can get it warm.
How do you do that?
So you can ask them, like, I like it blue but not cold in the middle. Yeah, so you can do blue cold and blue, I think it's called warm. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I usually go cold, but I've had warm as well.
Yeah,
That's still
okay.
nice,
Because
yeah.
like the beef tataki is like full raw, full cold, and that's
Oh,
mad.
that's so good.
That's
Yeah,
mad.
yeah.
But it's
We
like
love-
the warmth
yeah, you
with
love
the
that
cold.
shit.
I was like, eh.
Yeah,
I'd rather just go
contrast.
rare.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But crazy steak.
Crazy steak,
And the
marble.
onion rings off their head.
Bang
And the
steaks.
owner, the guy who works there is a G.
Real friendly.
Yeah, he's an absolute G.
Real friendly.
100%.
And the chips are unbelievable.
Yeah.
And the ribs. Just
Yeah.
go to fucking
Just
Marble.
go, go.
Yeah, go to
It's
Marble.
quite small. You probably have to book ahead. But
Oh, you definitely have to
Honestly,
book ahead.
it's pretty good because price wise as well. Like the porterhouse, I had a porterhouse, 350 grams. It was $48.
Yeah, I got
Which-
the Wagyu rump.
That's with chips as well. Usually,
arse.
like you go to like a shitty
Arse.
pub and they charge $45 for a steak, and
Yeah.
it's crap because they've got some guy at the back who doesn't give a shit. So this place was like,
18-year-old.
if you want a good steak and it's not too expensive. It's fucking good.
very good.
Very
Like, it's
good.
our number one, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Number one.
I'd agree, 100%. We'll get two more of these out.
Number one.
What is esaints? A lot of people ask that. I had a few people ask that.
Yeah. So, we had a friend in school, and he always used to say it,
Esaints.
I know. This
and then
story,
we all
that's why.
started saying it,
Yeah.
and then people started calling us esaints.
Yeah.
Then we changed our Instagram names to esaints, and now, like, you know, being a part of something, like that's what
A
like,
clan.
culture
gang.
is. That's what HUSLA
A
is.
gang.
That's what we are. The esaints.
Schoolboy
We're just
gang.
a group of friends.
Yeah.
And like it's tattooed on my foot. Like,
Yeah.
What
yeah,
does
that's
it-
like
What
you
does
know.
it mean?
To go back to when I said like all I had was lifting, I also had my friends as well.
Yeah.
So like that, you know, I mean, they're my schoolmates and I love them, and they were there, you know.
Yep.
When I needed someone. So,
So
like
it's a nice one.
I love it's just it's nice.
It's a nice
the
one.
boys.
All right. It's
Can
the
you-
boys.
It's the boys.
Can you disclose what e-saints means?
I don't know.
All right.
I think
Yeah.
it could mean
Did it mean like dickhead or something? I remember you telling me something like that.
I can't remember. Tyron, if you're watching this, can you like let us know?
Let us know.
Shoot us a message. tell us
Shout him
what it
out.
means.
Yeah, done. And the last one will go. What's the end goal with HUSLA? Like, where's it all going? What's the plan?
I don't think there's an end goal.
There is no end
It's
goal.
just like just keep going up just keep making shit better and better and better and enjoying the process.
Yep.
And that's a big one as well. Like I want to keep enjoying it because like it can be stressful sometimes, and I can put too much pressure on myself, and then I can hate life.
Yep.
So just as long as I enjoy it, and you know we're putting food on the table for everyone who's part of it, and providing good service and a good community and all that sort of shit, then as long as that's happening, I'd assume whilst that's happening, it's probably still going to be going up. And that's it.
just grow that sucker.
Yeah. Hustle lifting though.
Yeah.
Big.
Yeah.
Everything's got to be better. Everything's got to be
Yeah.
better. It's
HUSLA
gotta
lifting
suit-
is the accessory
yeah,
stuff.
everything's going to suit us.
Yep.
Like our new age, I say new age lifters, like, you know, you'll see in the
Yep.
pipeline some gangster shit.
Yeah, I'll have all the links to the coaching, the lifting, the accessory stuff, and Jason's IG down below. But thank you very much for coming on, Jace.
Thank you, boys.
We love you. Good luck at Pro Raw.
Thank you.
If you are watching this, we would have filmed a training vlog as well. There'll be a little bit of training footage in the training vlog for the final session before Pro Raw that you can check out. That would have been uploaded on. That will be uploaded. Next Tuesday.
When's
if
this
you want to check
when's
that
this
out.
going up?
This is going up Thursday. 2 days.
Thursday. All right. Well, Pro Rolls, because everyone keeps asking me.
Yeah.
The lifting starts at 11 a.m. on Friday.
And it's going to be a fucking huge day.
So-
For everyone.
Yeah, for everyone. It's 4 flights. It's going to be a long
It's going to
day.
be a
It's gonna be a
long
long
day.
day.
At 11 a.m.,
Yeah,
you want to
but-
get there where they got food trucks and shit?
Yeah, but the Pro Raw guys, like all the GPC crew, they're always got like fucking monsters doing the loading of the plates.
Oh, yeah.
So
They move
it
fast.
may go
Man,
quick.
there's four-
They
there's
just
four
grab
groups
25s like that. Like bang,
One.
bang, just fucking just slapping
swing it
25s
on.
on and on.
Like you're changing decorations on a Christmas tree. They're just fucking
Bang, bang, bang. But the
like
decoration's
ring
25
toss.
Yeah,
kilos.
ring toss.
Oh, yeah, it's a 25.
Flick it, yeah, done.
Little discs. Yeah, that is going to be a big day, but it'll be fun, and we'll recap it on one of these potties coming up once it's all done. But it'll also be on the YouTube channel a little bit from there as well. But thank you very much, Jace. We love you.
Thank you, boys. Love you too.
Keep
Best of the
hustling.
best.
Keep hustling.
Best of the best.